All right, folks, welcome to the most thrilling financial adventure you never knew you needed. Today, we're asking the million-dollar question, or should I say, the $200,000 question. Should we buy this big, beautiful excavator, or keep throwing money at rental companies like we're making it rain at a construction equipment strip club? Buckle up, because we're about to apply the time value of money to real-world assets. Translation. We're going to use math to justify spending a fortune on heavy machinery. Your parents will be so proud.
The context. So picture this. You're running a small site work company. You've got contracts, you've got deadlines, and you've got a rental invoice that makes you cry a little every month. You're standing at a crossroads, my friends. Do you buy a used excavator for cold, hard cash? Or do you keep renting equipment and pretending that money doesn't matter? The goal here is to maximize the efficiency of capital, which is finance speak for don't waste your money, dummy. The investment parameters. Here's what we're looking at. Initial outlay, a crisp $200,000 in year 0. That's like buying a really nice house, except this house has tracks and can dig really big holes. Hurdle rate, 10% per year. This is basically your bar for success. If this project can't beat 10%, you might as well put your money in a mutual fund and take up knitting. Project lifespan, 4 years. After that, this excavator is going to need some serious TLC, or you're selling it for parts. Projected net cash flows, owning versus renting. Check out these beautiful numbers. Year 1, plus $70,000. Not bad, right? Year 2, plus $80,000. Getting better. Year 3, plus $90,000. We're on a roll. Year 4, plus $110,000. Boom! That's $60K from operations, plus a $50K resale value, because apparently someone else wants your beat-up excavator. Now, before you get too excited, remember, we just dropped $200,000 up front. So the question is, are these future cash flows worth it? Spoiler alert, we're about to find out. On paper, the raw numbers suggest a $150,000 profit. Let's do some quick napkin math here. Ready? Total inflows, $70,000 plus $80,000 plus $90,000 plus $110,000 equals $350,000. Initial cost, negative $200,000. Net profit, $150,000? Hell yeah! We're rich! Time to buy a boat! Not so fast, hotshot. The twist. Here's where things get spicy. This calculation is dangerous. Like forgetting to set the parking brake on a bulldozer dangerous. Why? Because it assumes a dollar you receive in year 4 is worth the same as a dollar you spend today. And that's just wrong. Think about it. Would you rather have $100 today or $100 4 years from now? Today, right? Because you could invest that $100, or at minimum, buy yourself 100 items off the dollar menu, which in 4 years will probably cost $1.50 because of inflation. To decide correctly, we must apply the time value of money. Cue dramatic music. The concept of future value. Compounding. Okay, let's talk about why money today is worth more than money tomorrow. It's not just because you have a shopping addiction. It's because money has earning potential. Check this out. If you have $10,000 today and invested at 10% interest for 3 years, here's what happens. Formula: FV equals PV times 1 plus R to the N. Let's break it down. PV, present value, equals $10,000, the money you have right now. R, interest rate, equals 10% or 0.10. N, number of years, equals 3. Calculation: $10,000 times 1.10 to the cubed equals $10,000 times 1.331 equals $13,310. The takeaway: your $10,000 today grows into $13,310 in the future because of its earning potential. It's like your money hit the gym and got swole. This is compound interest, baby. It's basically financial magic. Einstein allegedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. Though, to be fair, he also had crazy hair and probably wasn't thinking about excavators. Discounting runs compounding backwards to reveal present value. Now here's where we flip the script. Instead of projecting forward, we're going backward. It's like watching construction time-lapse videos in reverse. Oddly satisfying and slightly confusing. We're going to take that $13,310 from year 3 and discount it back to today's value. Formula: PV equals FV divided by 1 plus R to the N. Calculation: $13,310 divided by 1.10 to the cubed equals $13,310 divided by 1.331 equals approximately $10,000. Boom! We're back where we started. It's like financial time travel, except less cool because there are no DeLoreans involved. Key insight: discounting is simply running compounding backwards. We use this to strip away the time component and see the real value of future money in today's terms. Think of it as deflating an inflatable swimming pool excavator toy. Sure, it looks impressive when it's all puffed up in the future, but what's it really worth today? That's discounting. The concept of present value, discounting at 10%. All right, time to get serious. Let's apply this 10% discount rate to all our excavator cash flows. This is where the rubber meets the road, or where the track meets the dirt. Whatever. Before and after. Year 0. Nominal, minus $200,000. DCF, discounted cash flow, minus $200,000. Factor, 1.0. No discounting needed because it's happening right now. Like today, this very second. Hand over that money. Year 1. Nominal cash flow, $70,000. DCF, $63,637. Factor, 0.9091. That's $70,000 divided by 1.10 to the 1. Your $70K is only worth about $63,637 in today's money. Sad trombone. Year 2. Nominal cash flow, $80,000. DCF, $66,112. Factor, 0.8264. That's $80,000 divided by 1.10 to the squared. Even more shrinkage. It's like washing your favorite jeans in hot water. Year 3. Nominal cash flow, $90,000. DCF, $67,617. Factor, 0.7513. Your $90K is now worth about $67,617 today. The time value of money is not your friend here. Year 4.
Nominal cash flow, $110,000. DCF, $75,130. Factor, 0.6830. That big Year 4 payday of $110,000? It's only worth $75,130 in today's dollars. Time is a cruel mistress. Notice something? The further out in time we go, the more value gets sucked out by the discount rate. It's like the universe is charging interest for making you wait for your money. The concept of accent value, the gut check. Let's start with the simplest metric, simple payback period. This is the gut check method. It answers one question: how fast do we get our $200,000 back? Fill the tank. Imagine your investment as an empty tank that needs $200,000 to fill it back up. Let's start dumping in those annual cash flows. Year 1, $70,000 goes in. Tank is 35% full. We still need $130,000 to break even. Year 2, another $80,000. Now we're at $150,000 total, or 75% full. Only $50,000 to go. Year 3, partial. We only need $50,000 from the $90,000 available in Year 3. Math time. We need $50,000 from Year 3. Year 3 generates $90,000 total. $50,000 divided by $90,000 equals 0.56 years. Total simple payback. 2 plus 0.56 equals 2.6 years. Break-even point, around the 2.6 years. So by roughly 2.6 years, we've recovered our initial $200,000 investment. Not bad. Critique. This is useful for liquidity checks and quick and dirty analysis. But it's flawed because it uses raw dollars and completely ignores the time value of money. It's like judging a construction project purely by how fast it gets done, without caring about quality or cost overruns. Simple payback is that friend who gives you advice without knowing all the facts. Helpful, but not exactly reliable. The concept of accent value, now with time value. Okay, now let's do simple payback's smarter, more sophisticated older sibling, discounted payback period. This adjusts for risk and time, because in the real world, both matter a lot. Fill the tank, discounted. Same idea, but now we're using those DCF numbers from slide 6. Year 1. DCF equals $63,637. 31% of tank filled. We need $136,363 more. Year 2. DCF equals $66,112. Running total, $129,000. Still need roughly $71,000. Year 3. DCF equals $67,617. Running total, $197,366. Almost there. We need only $2,634 more. Year 4. Partial. We need $2,634 from Year 4's DCF of $75,130. Math time again. $2,634
divided by $75,130, year 4 DCF, equals 0.035 years. That's about 13 days, or basically a really long weekend. Total discounted payback, 3 plus 0.035 equals 3.0 years. Break-even point, 3.0 years.
Insight. Discounted payback is slower than simple payback, 3.0 years versus 2.6 years, because future money gets shrunk by the discount rate. It's more realistic, but still incomplete because it doesn't tell us about value creation after break-even. Think of it this way. Discounted payback tells you when you stop losing sleep over the investment, but it doesn't tell you how much money you're going to make in the long run. The concept of accent value, the gold standard. Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at the main event, net present value, NPV. This is the metric that finance professors dream about. It's the heavyweight champion of capital budgeting, the king of the financial jungle. What is NPV? NPV answers the ultimate question. How much value does this project create in today's dollars? The waterfall chart. Picture a waterfall of money flowing into your bank account. Year 0, minus $200,000 initial investment. Big red bar going down. This hurts. Year 1 DCF, $63,637. First green bar going up. Alert red status. Year 2 DCF, $66,112. Another green bar. Finance green light. Year 3 DCF, $67,617. More green. We're building momentum. Year 4 DCF, $75,130. The final boss green bar. Construction green. Waterline equals 0. Everything above the waterline is profit. Everything below is cost. Calculation. Total DCF inflows equals $63,637 plus $66,112 plus $67,617 plus $75,130 equals $272,496. Initial investment equals minus $200,000. NPV equals $272,496. Minus $200,000 equals plus $72,496. Definition. Total discounted inflows, $272,496, minus initial investment, $200,000. Interpretation. An NPV 0 means the project earns more than the required 10% return. We didn't just break even. We created approximately $72,500 of additional value in today's dollars. That's like finding $72,500 in the couch cushions of your excavator. Except it's real, and you can spend it on important things like more equipment or tacos. Probably tacos. The verdict. This project is a winner. It clears the 10% hurdle rate with room to spare. Time to pop the champagne. Or energy drinks because you're construction students, and that's more your speed. The concept of accent value. The efficiency test. Last but not least, let's talk about IRR, the internal rate of return. This is the metric that makes finance majors feel smart at parties. Spoiler, they still don't get invited to parties. What is IRR?
IRR is the discount rate that makes NPV equals zero. In other words, it's the break-even interest rate for this project. It answers, what's the actual return we're earning? Sensitivity analysis. Imagine a graph with discount rate on the x-axis and NPV on the y-axis. As the discount rate increases, NPV decreases. It's an inverse relationship, like the correlation between coffee consumed and your ability to sleep. Current scenario, 10% rate. NPV equals $72,496. Stress test, 20% rate. NPV equals $19,019. Even if we demanded a 20% return, this project still creates $19,019 in value. This excavator is a beast. IRR, between 20% and 30%.
Through the magic of financial calculators, or Excel, because let's be honest, nobody does this by hand, we find that the true IRR is somewhere between 20 and 30%. Text analysis, the stress test. Even if we demanded a 20% return, the project creates $19,019 of value. This excavator doesn't just meet expectations, it crushes them like an excavator crushes things. Decision rule. Since the true IRR, more than 20%, is significantly higher than our cost of capital, 10%, this project is a strong winner with a wide margin of safety. It's not even close. This is like showing up to a go-kart race in a Ferrari. Sure, you might be showing off a bit, but you're definitely winning. Verdict. The excavator is a go 2x2. Dashboard grid. Time to bring it all together. Let's summarize our 4 metrics. Simple payback, 2.6 years. Fast cash recovery. Your CFO will be happy. Discounted payback, 3.0 years. Real value recovered within project life. Your finance professor will be proud. Net present value, NPV, $72,496. Significant value creation. You're basically a financial wizard now. Internal rate of return, IRR, more than 20%. Highly efficient use of capital. Time to update your LinkedIn. Decision, green light. All 4 metrics point in the same direction. Buy that excavator. Strategic logic. This project clears the 10% hurdle rate with a significant margin of safety. In a capital-constrained environment, which, let's be honest, is every environment in construction, this high NPV project should be prioritized. The bottom line. Not only does this investment pay for itself, it generates an extra $72,496 in value and earns returns north of 20%. That's not just good, that's exceptional. So congratulations, you've just used the time value of money to make a smart capital investment decision. You've discounted cash flows, calculated NPV, determined IRR, and probably impressed at least one person, your professor, hopefully. Now go forth and make good financial decisions. The construction industry is counting on you. No pressure. Your tear sheet for financial success. Here's your cheat sheet. Reference guide for all the formulas we covered. Laminate this bad boy and keep it in your wallet. Or just bookmark this page. Whatever works. 1. Future value FV formula. FV equals PV times 1 plus R to the N. Use case. Projecting growth forward. Translation.
How much will my money grow if I invest it? 2. Present value, PV formula. PV equals FV divided by 1 plus R to the N. Use case: discounting future sums to today's value. Translation: what's this future money actually worth today? 3. Net present value, NPV formula. Sum of DCF, initial investment. Use case: determining total value created in today's dollars. Translation: did we make money or not? Internal rate of return, IRR definition. The rate R that makes NPV equals 0. Use case: finding the break-even interest rate of the project. Translation: what return are we actually earning?
To buy or to rent? The financial logic of capital investment. Let's wrap this up with the big, beautiful infographic that ties everything together. Phase 1. The foundation of cash flow. Time value of money, TVM. Money today is worth more than money later because of its potential earning capacity. Also because inflation exists and everything gets more expensive. Looking at you, avocado toast. Discounting future cash flows. Future earnings are shrunk using a discount rate to find their value in today's dollars. It's like putting your cash flows on a diet. The timeline. Year 0. Purchase for negative $200,000. Ouch. Year 1. Inflow plus $70,000. Year 2. Inflow plus $80,000. Year 3. Inflow plus $90,000. Year 4. Inflow plus resale equals $110,000. The grand finale. Phase 2. Measuring investment success. Net present value, $72,496. A positive NPV means the investment earns more than the required 10% return. We're not just breaking even, we're winning. Simple versus discounted payback. Simple payback, 2.6 years. Fast cash recovery, but ignores time value. Discounted payback, 3.0 years, accounts for interest and risk. It takes 2.6 years to recover cash in nominal terms, but 3.0 years when accounting for the time value of money. The difference matters. IRR outperforms requirements. The project's internal rate of return, IRR, exceeds 20%, doubling the 10% target. This excavator isn't just good, it's fantastic. Salvage value bonus. The final year's value includes both operating income and the equipment's $50,000 resale price. Because even beat-up excavators have value. It's like selling your old truck. Someone always needs it more than you do.